So before we start our lesson of today, that is grammar, let's revise the previous lesson, which is about verbs in the simple present, affirmative. For example, we can say, I go to school every day. So verb go, it's in the simple present, affirmative. I go to school every day. Also, Sarah likes basketball very much. So Sarah, she likes. S, don't forget that in subject pronouns he, she, it, we use S in the verb. Another example, Peter plays football on Sundays. So Peter plays, so S in the verb. Another example, we can say, we work in school, or we as teachers, we work in a school. So these are examples of the simple present affirmative. Now let's talk about the lesson of today. We are going to see the simple present in three forms: affirmative, negative, and interrogative. So as you can see in the picture, so you have this famous or popular dish, which is couscous, which is cooked with various vegetables. Here you have carrots, turnip, onion, and tomatoes. And here you have a dialogue between Mary and Iman, talking about couscous. What's your favorite dish, Iman? Couscous. Do you like it? Yes, I like couscous very much. Are there any vegetables in couscous? Yes, there are carrots, turnips, tomatoes, and onions. And there is some meat. Do you make couscous? No, I don't. So here the apostrophe should be here. So this is the short form. So this apostrophe should be here between N and T. Does your mother make it? Yes, she does, but she doesn't eat it. Now, according to this dialogue, we have to complete this table, the three forms of the simple present: interrogative forms, questions. So we have to choose questions from the dialogue and put them here. If we have a positive answer, we should put it here. That is affirmative if we have yes. Negative answers if we have no. Now in your copybook, take 3 minutes to complete these charts in your copybooks. So this is the grammar table is completed now. So as I told you, here you have the simple present. We are studying the simple present, affirmative, negative, and interrogative form. So this is the example which is given to you. Do you like couscous? And in the dialogue, we have affirmative answer or positive answer, which is yes, I like couscous. And in the answer, we have two answers, short answer and long answer. If we say, yes, I like couscous, it's a long answer. But if it is a short answer, we say, yes, I do. Do. Yes, I do. Another question, interrogative form in the text or in the dialogue. Do you make couscous? Do you make couscous? So in the dialogue, you have a negative answer. No, I don't make couscous. That's a long answer. If we can say a short answer, we can say no, I don't. No, I don't. That's negative. 3. Does your mother make it? So it refers to couscous. Does your mother make it? So of course it's an interrogative form. The answer that we have, yes, she does. Yes, she does. And yes, she does is a short answer. If you can say long answer, yes, she makes it, or she makes couscous. She makes couscous. This question I added to say the negative form in the third person singular. So, does your father eat onions? This is my example added to this chart. Does your father eat onions? No, I say. He doesn't. Negative form. If it is long answer, I say no, he doesn't eat onions. So that's a long answer. If it is short, no, he doesn't. So if we can compare the answers here, in the positive short answers, I do, she does. I don't, he doesn't. So let's correct. Then we move to the next exercise about the short form negative, don't and doesn't. So number 2, it's about the negative short form, don't or doesn't. So try to write these sentences in your copybook and complete them with don't or doesn't. Here is an example given to you. My mother and my sister don't buy avocados. Don't. So because the subject pronoun for my mother and my sister is they. So they don't buy avocados. So I, Iman, she, we, Sarah, number 4, Sarah, she, Ahmed and Lamia, they. So let's have 2 minutes, then we're going to correct. Number 1, I don't eat bananas. So don't. Number 2, Iman doesn't make couscous. She doesn't. 3, we don't drink lemonade. So we don't. We don't drink. We don't drink. 4, Sarah doesn't like cakes. Sarah, so she doesn't like cakes. Number 5, Ahmed and Lamia don't like carrots. So the subject pronoun, Ahmed and Lamia, they don't like carrots. So do not is the full form of don't, and does not is the full form of doesn't. Now we move to exercise 3, which is about asking questions. That is the interrogative form. Let's read these answers, and according to these answers we are going to ask the questions. So one example which is given to us, yes, she does. Here is the short answer that we saw in exercise 1. Yes, she does. Yes, Iman likes sandwiches. So if you have this answer, the question should be, does Iman like sandwiches? So we start with does, because the subject pronoun that we have is she, Iman. The same, you have 5 answers. 1, yes, she does. Iman likes couscous. 2, no, she doesn't. Iman doesn't make couscous. 3, yes, Iman's father eats couscous on Fridays. So here is the subject, Iman's father. Iman's father, that is the father of Iman. 4, no, she doesn't. Iman's mother doesn't make cakes. Here the subject, Iman's mother. Number 5, no, Iman and her brother. Iman and her brother don't go to the market. So the subject pronoun here, Iman and her brother, is they. Now, take your exercise copybook and ask the questions according to these 5 answers. Let's have 3 minutes. So this is the example that we talked about. So number 1, yes, she does. Iman likes couscous. So the question is, does Iman like couscous? Number 2, does Iman make couscous? So we have the same question, but here you have affirmative answer, and here you have negative answer. She does, she doesn't. Iman likes, Iman doesn't make, because here we can change verbs. 3, does Iman's father eat couscous on Friday? So Iman's father, yes he does. Yes he does. Iman's father eats. So this is the affirmative form, S. 4, does Iman's mother make cakes? So does Iman's mother, subject pronoun she, the mother of Iman. The last one, do Iman and her brother go to the market? Before I said that Iman and her brother, the subject pronoun is they. So that's why we start with do, not with does. So here we have does, because the subject pronoun, you have she and he. And of course, it also we can start the question with does. But the other subject pronouns, we start with do. So here we have they. Do Iman and her brother go to the market? Exercise 4 is about countable or uncountable nouns. So when talking about nouns, when talking about countable nouns, we'll talk about nouns that are singular and plural. Uncountable nouns, so when we talk about nouns that they don't have the plural form, they have just the singular form. So look at this chart. So we have here countable nouns, we have singular and plural, but in uncountable nouns we have just singular. So countable, we can talk about this expression when talking about the verb to count, when we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. So this is counting, that's why we say countable. So number 1, a carrot, that is 1 carrot. The plural is carrots with S. An orange, we have here. Here we have 2, means plural. So we can write here oranges. 3, so we can choose another food and drink from here, which is singular and plural, like an apple, here, the plural, apples. Also we can add a cake, 1 cake, cakes. Now we move to uncountable nouns. So we have this example of milk, because we cannot say milks, it's false. So milk. Also we can say here coffee and orange juice. Not orange or oranges, but we're talking about juice, which is uncountable. So I'm going to show you my chart with other food and drinks which are either countable or uncountable. So you can add the words that I have here in this chart, either for countable nouns and uncountable nouns. So I add for you a cookie, cookies, a peach, peaches, a strawberry, strawberries. So these are countable nouns, singular and plural. For uncountable nouns, I add cheese, chocolate, tea, and honey. Of course, this chart should be written in your exercise copybook. After you finish this, we move to exercise 5, where we can use these food and drinks, these nouns, to write sentences. So these are the examples which are given to us. So like look here, carrots that we have here in the chart, an orange, and milk. So there is a carrot. So this is singular. There is a carrot. There is an orange. There is an orange. That's singular countable. Now we move to the plural. There are. So here we have are. There are, but we choose some carrots, S. The last one, here you have milk, and don't forget that milk, it's uncountable noun. It's singular, uncountable. So singular, there is some milk. There is some milk. So these are examples in the affirmative form, but in this grammar table we have also interrogative form. So we are going to talk about that in my examples that you are going to see later. So here are my examples to you which are affirmative. There is a cake. There is an apple. So singular countable noun. The difference is here you have a consonant, cake, C, it's a consonant, that's why we write A, and here you have a vowel, that's why we have N. Uncountable noun, coffee, uncountable noun. There is some coffee, singular, uncountable, some. 4, plural, there are some cookies, plural, S, cookies, and here you have are. Interrogative form, that is questions. So pay attention to that because we have it in the grammar table in your textbook. Is there a tomato? As you can see here, there is no change. A, same article. Is there an avocado? The same. Vowel, consonant. There is no change. Number 3, is there any milk? So if we can ask about uncountable nouns, we say any. Is there any milk? Uncountable noun. 4, plural, bananas, are. Are there any bananas? Are there any bananas? So these are my examples to you. Of course, take your exercise copybook and write 4 examples which are affirmative and 4 examples which are interrogative. Thank you very much for your attention and see you next session.